The first PPV of 2023 was indeed a memorable event as we now have our first champion from Dana White's Contender Series and the longest rivalry in the company's history has ended. But one question still remains. What's next for these fighters, especially the winners of UFC 283? So let's try to find the answer. I'm the guy with the Indian accent and you are on Fightbook. There were a total of 10 fights in the preliminary card of UFC 283, but obviously everyone is not worth talking about. Despite fighting in the prelims, there are two fighters that deserve to be talked about. First is Josiane Nunes and second is Jailton Almeida. Despite being shorter than most of the female fighters in the UFC, Josiane Nunes is still competing in the heaviest female division. It's pretty funny that she is even shorter than our strawweight champ. It's a hard pill to swallow that Josiane Nunes has cleaned the division and there is no one left in the featherweight division except the champ Amanda Nunes. She is 10-1 and is on a 9-fight win streak. Her only loss was against Taila Santos. I don't believe she can beat Amanda Nunes, but I don't mind watching Nunes versus Nunes. Jailton Almeida is 18-2 with 100% finish rate. The Brazilian Khabib is on a 13-fight win streak and this was his 4th UFC win, 5th if we include his Dana White's Contender Series fight. With this win, he has now cracked the rankings. He now stands at number 14 in the heavyweight division. His nearest available fighter is number 11 Chris Daukaus, who's on a 3-fight knockout streak. I don't think UFC will give him Chris Daukaus unless they wanna release him. Second one is number 9 ranked Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Although Rozenstruik's UFC record is not very impressive, he's coming off a performance-earning 23-second KO win. Next availables are Tom Aspinall, Taito Iwasa and Stipe Miocic, who are too high, so I think Rozenstruik matchup makes more sense if he doesn't wanna wait too long. Johnny Walker is again in top 10 and now stands at number 8 at UFC light heavyweight rankings after knocking out Paul Craig. If he doesn't want to wait long, number 6 ranked Anthony Smith is available and wants to fight. Smith is coming off a loss, so I don't think he deserves a higher ranked opponent. He needs to defend his spot and Walker is the best guy to challenge him for his spot. Alexander Rakic, Jan Blachowicz and Magomed Ankalaev are also available, but considering what Corey Anderson did to Walker in 2019, I don't think he should get the big push. Jessica Andrade has done enough to get a rematch with strawweight champion Zhang Weili, but I don't think the UFC likes this idea because despite an impressive win at UFC 283, they dropped her 2 spots in strawweight rankings. So if we see flyweight rankings, she now stands at number 3 right behind Taila Santos and Manon Fiorot. All of these 3 ladies are just 1 win away from getting a flyweight title shot. So it's almost clear that Andrade will be fighting one of these 2 in her next fight. Burns is one of those fighters who are more famous for their loss rather than wins because his most impressive and most entertaining performance was against Khamzat Chimaev. The amount of respect he gained from that one loss is more than his 21 wins. As now he's again in the win column after beating Neil Magny, he's calling out 3 fighters, Colby Covington, Belal Muhammad and Jorge Masvidal. As everyone knows, Dana wants to make Covington vs Chimaev. There are only 2 fights left for Burns, Belal and Masvidal. As Jorge is not even a top 10 anymore, the best matchup for Burns is Belal Muhammad. Don't you think Burns is also the best matchup for Belal? As Figgy is moving up to the bantamweight division, there are bundles of options for him. He can take any matchup, top 10, top 15 or even top 5 contender. Personally, I would like to see him against number 7 ranked Dominic Cruz. What is your dream match for Deiveson Feguiredo as his bantamweight debut? There are no options for Moreno. He waits or he fights soon. There is only one fighter next in the line for a title shot, none other than Alexandre Pantoja, who has already beat Brandon Moreno twice. Many UFC fans, including me, believe that Moreno's first title defense should have been against Pantoja, but UFC chose to go with the money fight. After that, when Pantoja finished Alex Perez in less than 2 minutes, Dana said Pantoja would have been a title contender if Moreno was not holding the interim belt. So it's 100% clear that another trilogy is in the offing. The real light heavyweight king Jiri Prochazka says he will be back in July or August to challenge the light heavyweight champion. I don't think Jamahal Hill should rush and take another fight before that, but in case he takes a fight before that, the options he has are not interesting enough to sell PPVs. Number 2 and number 3 ranked fighters are coming off a draw, while number 4 and number 6 are coming off a loss. As we all know, Hill is one of the most active UFC fighters, so if he takes a fight before Prochazka's return, who do you want him to challenge? Tell me in the comment section and then do whatever you want.